Yarrrr, mateys! Welcome to Aubrey Books and Coffee. Please grab your favorite beverage of choice and join me. So we are now into September, everybody, which of course means it's Talk Like a Pirate Day on the 19th. Yarrrr! So because of that, my TBR will consist of all things piratey goodness when possible. When not possible, something to do with the water, ocean, sailing, things along that. If I can't even get that, then the next best thing, something blue. So everything's going to be geared towards the Talk Like a Pirate Day theme, because around here at the Aubrey household, we love us some pirates. So we go all out. I do some cooking that involves piratey goodness, and we watch Pirates of the Caribbean. So please feel free to celebrate with us and let me know below what you're planning on doing for Talk Like a Pirate Day, or if you even celebrate it at all, and any fun pirate books you would recommend. Yay, new month, new TBR game. The theme, obviously, I hope it's obvious, is pirates, because September 19th is Talk Like a Pirate Day. Yarrrr! So we're going to do water-based and pirate-based as much as possible. So let's see how many we're going to have for September. 3. Okay, I can absolutely handle that. And our first roll is a book, and that is going to give us the prompt of, if it'll come into focus, color in the title, and we got a coffee break. Womp womp. So for our first prompt, we got color in the title. So I may be stretching it a little bit with this one, but I have been so excited to actually pick this Owl Crate edition up and excited by the story's premise. And it's got a lot of blue and even an ocean on the front. I chose Of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chen. This is going to follow Ying, whose dad unfortunately gets murdered. All she's ever wanted to do was be an engineer like her dad, but after his murder, she ends up grabbing his journal full of engineering secrets, and she ends up going to the capital armed with only that and a jade pendant that had been snatched off of the assassin. And at this capital and the engineering school that's very prestigious there, she disguises herself as her brother so that she can get in and find out why her dad had been targeted. Feels kind of almost like some Mulan kind of vibes for it too, which I'm really excited about because I love Mulan. So I can't wait to read this and let you know what I think. And if it's not a 5-star, this gorgeous edition is yours. All right, and let's see what our coffee break gives to us this month. It's looking like, if I can get cat hair off of me, add a subscriber book pick to the TBR stack. Oh, these are always so fun. You guys come up with the best suggestions. So down below, suggest me a book, please. And last time I did this, I got the Healer, the Prison Healer. That's what it was. I knew I'd get there eventually, and I absolutely loved it. And now that's a new series I love. So please say below what you recommend that's water or pirate themed. I'm excited. The coffee break gave us a subscriber recommendation. So please put below what you recommend. The more piratey, the better. All right. Roll number 2 is a coffee. Let's see. And the coffee says, if I can get it to focus also. There we go. Newest publication date. Our second prompt gave us the newest publication date. Well, that's easy because I happen to have a book of the month selection that has, again, water on the cover. And I've been excited to read this one. I chose The Wedding People by Alison Espach, I think is how you pronounce it. All I know is we're going to be following a character who shows up to a resort. She was supposed to go with her husband, and for some reason, she's there by herself. And while there, she gets mistaken as part of the bridal party that has rented rented the entire hotel for the entire week. And basically, she's gone there just wanting to enjoy it for herself, and she's got her own secret agenda, but gets roped in by the bride who keeps trying to confess all her frustrations and secrets and worries to her. So it sounds like it's going to be a cute friendship, and I'm just excited to finally get to this. And our third and final rule, so far the game's being really nice, is a cookie. And it says for the cookie, a black and white cover. So our next prompt was a black and white cover. For this one, I'm stretching. There's also a little bit of gold and a little bit of red, but it's the closest black and white cover I have that also kind of goes with our theme. There's some water involved. I chose The Dark Tide by Alicia Jasinka, I think is how you pronounce it. And it really is very pretty and intriguing, but there's a lot of black and white, so I'm going to count it. In this, we're following Lena, where basically she's on an island. And on this island, every year, a dark witch lures a young boy to go back to the palace with her for the whole year. And if they're not willing to make this sacrifice of that young boy, their island city will sink into the ocean. Well, Lena is convinced it's going to be her brother. So she enlists the help of Thomas, a boy she's been secretly in love with for a long time. They're able to save the brother. Unfortunately, the witch takes Thomas. So now Lena's going to have to go and try to rescue him. It sounds super cute and exciting, and I can't wait to read this one. Okay, now it's time for Apothecary Jar. It's always kind of a mixed bag. I never know what I'm going to get out of here. So for this month, we're going to read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. So the Apothecary Jar gave us Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I know nothing about this, but the few books I have read from Karen Slaughter I've really enjoyed, so I'm hoping to like this one as well. Let me know below if you've read it and if you enjoyed it. Now we get to do the Advent Jar, the gift to myself. I love it. Those two. And the first book this month will be, Born of Blood and Ash, her new one. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. And then the other one. Oh, actually, I've already read The Atlas Complex. You have to go back to my reviews of that. So yay, I'm getting through the new releases that I recommend. This one's Mother-Daughter Murder Night by Nina Simon. Ooh, these two are going to be so good. I can't wait. And I love the Advent Jar. It's my own little Advent calendar gift to myself all year long. I get to read those new releases I recommend to you every month, and so it didn't let me down this month either. I'm super excited to pick up Born of Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout. For those who know, this is book 4 now in the Flesh and Fire series. There we go, Flesh and Fire. This is the prequel series to From Blood and Ash series. So I'm excited to see what's going on with our characters. I don't want to say too much because it would give away some things that happened in the previous 3 books, but I'm excited to continue that adventure. Then we also got Mother-Daughter Murder Night by Nina Simon. I know nothing about this other than I think it's going to involve some kind of a fun mystery. I'm just excited to see the dynamic of the mother and the daughter and just to go along for the ride on this one. All right, and we get to do the beautiful book box editions so that I can get them read and get them to you if they're not a 5-star keeper. And so this month I'll be reading Song of the Six Realms by Judy Lynn. I just don't like to put anything in focus. So our bookish box gave us Song of the Six Realms by Judy Lynn. And I have this really pretty Owl Crate edition. You can't hardly tell, but that's gold pages that's on there. So again, if it's not a 5-star, it's up for grabs. With this one, we are following I think it's XUE, so it's pronounced Zoo maybe. We're following Zoo, who's a young musician, basically just wants to continue playing and dancing and being a part of that world. Unfortunately, her parents die, and so she's taken in by a poet uncle. Well, then the uncle dies. So she basically has to join a house that will feed her and keep her safe. And this house and setup sounds an awful lot like, oh, what is that movie called? Why am I always blanking when I'm filming? The Memoirs of a Geisha. It reminds me a lot of Memoirs of a Geisha. And so I think that's what we're going to be kind of seeing here. She does a private performance for a duke in the middle of the night at a very, soft setting at a park. And there is a little bit of a river going on here. So, it does have some water with my theme. Thank you. I just want to plug that in real quick. But basically the duke doesn't seem to be all he's not what he seems to be. And a monster attacks them and they barely escape. Well, then he whisks her off to his country home and things just kind of get weirder from there. So I'm excited to read this and see what's going on and let you guys know. And if it's not a 5-star, it gets to go to you. All right, it's time for Bookopoly. Last time we landed on the number wheel generator. And 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 has us landing on the future spot, which actually means science fiction. I have to read a science fiction. Ooh, interesting. I love Bookopoly. It is so fun. Now, I have to admit, science fiction, probably not my favorite square. I never do well with science fiction. Well, in this case, I chose one that does go under sci-fi and it has a blue cover, so I'm stretching that theme that I'm trying to match. I chose Recruitment by K.A. Riley. This is going to be in the year 2042, so sadly not that far from now, where basically there's a brutal foreign invasion and you've got Cress and her friends that are all that's left of the isolated mountain town that they grew up in, and they've been taken to this military camp, and things are going from bad to much, much worse while they're doing the training in this camp. So I can't wait to read this though and give it a review for you all. And again, Shrink Your Shelf isn't quite ready. We're hoping November is when everything gets mailed out. So hopefully for the December game, I'll be able to play it finally. But in the meantime, let's draw some cards. Well, since we're doing water theme, let's do a blue one. And, ooh, another blue one. And that's kind of blue. So we'll do those 3. And our first prompt is a book you've been wanting to reread. Ooh, that's interesting. Our second prompt is the newest book on your TBR. Ooh, the game wants me to do a lot of new books. And thank you, Stevie, for jumping on the table. And then a book set in a country that's not your own. Oh, that is so fun. I love that. So all 3 of these, I think, will make for some really interesting reads this round. So, Shrink Your Shelf is almost here. I cannot wait. November, November, November. Please don't push it back, Sarah. Please give us this game. We're dying to play this, aren't we? We love games around here so much. I can't wait. Well, this will be 3 different roles and moving of the little figure and fun things when that game finally gets here. But until then, we've got the cards. So those 3 cards gave us 3 different prompts that I tried to fill and make sense, I hope, a little bit. Please go with this stretch with me. The first prompt was a reread. This worked out perfect for me because I need to get back to Jade City by Fonda Lee for a vlog I'm going to be doing. This is that gorgeous edition from Broken Binding. You haven't seen it yet because it's going to be a part of the vlog when I finish it. So pretend to be surprised when that vlog comes out and I unwrap it, okay? But you get to see it here first. And again, this, if not a 5-star, will get to be sold or go to you all. So keep that in mind. But I can't wait to read it. I'm super excited. I don't do a lot of rereads, but I loved this one and I definitely want to continue the series. So that worked out perfect for me. And there is a little bit of blue. So we're counting that. Next, we got newest book on the TBR. This is one my husband picked up from Half Priced. It's a mystery. I don't know a lot about it. It's called Aloha Alibi by Jasmine Webb. I've never read from this author before either, but it's a quick little read, it looks like, so I think I'm going to enjoy it. All I know is we're following Charlotte, and most people go to Hawaii because it's gorgeous and they want to get away from it all. Charlotte's trying to flee Hawaii if she can because a monster has left a severed finger on her doorstep. I mean, right? Obviously, this is an island, very ocean and nautical theme, so I'm right in line with that one. The third one was a different from my country, a new country. Well, I'm going with 4 different countries, thank you very much. I chose Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetis. I'm sorry, I'm the worst with names. I really am. This one, my daughters read this at school, so I guess it's going and making the rounds, which is fabulous. But basically, it's 1945, and there's 4 teenagers, 4 secrets, and 4 different home worlds, and all 4 are completely being haunted by lies, by war, and the secrets they have to keep. So I am excited to get to this. Obviously, even in the title, we've got an ocean thing going here, so I'm still right on point with my theme for the month, and I'm excited to read it. All right, I'm going to change it up a little bit for the Trivial Pursuit because it's just way too hard. I don't think it needs to be this hard. So instead, I'm going to pick a card after I land on whatever space I land on, and I can answer any of the questions on there. I'm going to go for the color specific, but if I don't get that one, I'm going to give myself another chance. You know, that way I'm still having to read the color that I landed on, but maybe I can actually get a pie and stuff if I have a chance at any of them on the card. So let's see. Let's see if that works. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's go purple. All right, we'll go in the middle. And the purple question is, whose 1998 novel Filth interrupts its narrator, Edinburgh detective Bruce Robertson, with comments from the 10-foot tapeworm inside him? Oh my gosh. Well, this sounds like what happens in Parasite, by Mira Grant, but that's obviously not it. I'm not going to get that one right, so I guess I'll be reading the purple. But let's see if I have any of them on there that I can get right. Not the blue, not pink, not yellow, not green. Oh my gosh, or orange. Okay, yeah, so I just suck at this game, and that's all there is to it. The purple answer was Irvine Welsh's. Okay. So Irvine Welsh's was the 1998 novel. That's right, Stevie. Did you know? If you guys have ideas on how I can substitute this spot for something else that would be equally enjoyable to read, let me know. I'm all ears. Once again, I didn't get a single question on that card, so I'm like trying to help myself here, and I still didn't get it. Did you guys get any of them? So anyway, the answer was apparently Filth, but unfortunately, Irvine Welsh's book Filth is nowhere, not at my library, not anywhere audibly, not on any bookstores that I'm around. So I guess I'm skipping it this month. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to take the easy way out, but if I can't get my hands on it, I can't get my hands on it. So I am not reading this one. I really enjoy having the number generator because, as you know, I've got like 350 plus books on this list that I really want to whittle down and get through. They don't go on there unless I'm really, really excited about them. So with that being said, I spun the wheel. It landed on number 189, which on my list was actually Black Sheep by Rachel Harrison. This is not blue. It doesn't have to do with the ocean, but that happens. I mean, it's a random number generator. I have no control over that. But I am super excited to get to it because I've been hearing the buzz on this one. Basically, a girl gets out of a cult as soon as she possibly can. However, there's a wedding that she's being pulled to go back to attend that is inside this cult. And so she goes back and things happen. So I am so excited to finally get to this and read this. I've heard so many good things about Rachel Harrison, but I don't remember actually having read anything from her before. So I'm excited to read this and let you know. So I'm also still reading through the Star Wars books. Last month I wasn't able to do it because I couldn't find it anywhere. It had literally just come out and it wasn't stocked anywhere. This time I'm running into a similar problem. The next one is Trials of the Jedi, but it doesn't come out until spring of 2025. I'm still wanting to stay in order because it also gives me a little bit of a break when I need to. So yeah, I guess I don't have to read a Star Wars book this month either. Hooray! Now, next would normally be the Tamora Pierce book. However, I found myself dreading picking it up last month, and that's why I didn't DNF it. I didn't think it deserved that, and I didn't force myself to read it, because if I'm having to force myself to read a book, I typically don't like them, and that's not fair to the author who put blood, sweat, and tears into that book. It's my own attitude, my own feelings, so it's just better I don't read it. And so it's not that it's been bad, it's just that the ride's not been as great as it was in the beginning. So I think I'm going to stop doing the going through the entire Tamora Pierce series, and instead I'm just going to enjoy what I enjoy reading. And so I'm going to continue to shuffle this list. It's going to look a little different each time whenever there's something else I want to add that you all recommend and would love to see. If there's things I want to take off, I'm always open to suggestions. You're the ones taking the time to watch this video. So let me know. Let me know what you want to see more of. Let me know what you want to see less of. And I'm happy to make adjustments as we go. So I guess I get to take a breath of fresh air in this little slot of the checklist. All right, buckle up. There's a lot in this little slot that has to do with book clubs. And it's not just book clubs, but also NetGalley and a GoodReads win. So again, settle in. It's going to be a hot minute. So we're going to start with the book clubs. And the first book club I'm going to talk about is my own, of course, the ABC Book Club. We're on Instagram as well as my Discord. Everything's free around here, so feel free to join us at any time. Self-paced, no pressure. We do have several members that love to do crafts that have to do with the books that we choose each month. Love seeing those. Lately, it's been puzzles especially, and it's so enjoyable to see that. But again, no pressure. I want this channel to be very low maintenance, everybody. Come to sprints on Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern, anytime you want. Come when you want, leave when you want. Say hi if you want, be quiet if and lurk if you want. Like very, very low maintenance around here. I want it to be enjoyable only because it's books, you guys. It should be nothing but enjoyable and fun. That being said, the vote came in and we voted for The Mirror of Beasts for this month by Alexandra Bracken. Earlier, we had done Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. This is the sequel to that. So if you've not read Silver in the Bone, you may want to read that first before jumping in here, or you're going to be hecka confused. So make sure you do that. But I'm excited to be able to grab this, to continue that journey, the very Arthur and Knights of the Round Table feeling that we got from the first one, I hope continues in this one. And I'm excited to share thoughts with everybody as we read it. The next one I'm going to talk about is Liv's from Liv's Library. Love her. All this info for these people that I mentioned, their links will be below, so it's super easy to click and go give them some lovin's. She is beautiful and wonderful, and I love being one of her Patreons. For her book club, we're doing A Sorceress Comes to Call. I am excited. As far as this one's concerned, I've never done a Tea Kingfisher, so we'll see how much I like it or not. As far as I know, this follows a daughter of a sorceress, and basically her mother has a lot of rules. I got this on audio from Book of the Month for my subscription, so I'm excited to be able to listen to it and hopefully get through it quickly and enjoy it. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it because the premise is weird, and I hear a lot of mixed reviews about Tea Kingfisher, so we will see. The next one I am a part of is Kim's Patreon, and for their book club selection, I can't talk today, it was Brandon Sanderson's Well of Ascension, which is the sequel to Mistborn. I'm excited to get to this one. It is a chunker. I've heard great and amazing things. They had the little spoiler tag so I don't get spoiled, but I'm excited to see everybody's thoughts and opinions on this, and I really just need to finish this book so that I can join in. Then with the Indie Archives, which is part of Mel's from Melanor Reads. Again, love her. You need to go check her out. With the Indie Archives, we're still doing Herald by Rob J. Hayes. Until we all get together and have a book club discussion, the book stays the same because everybody gets busy. And there's something called Spiffbo, which is going on right now on Cassidy's channel, and that's got a lot of people busy reading for that one as well. But again, I'm not upset at this because I still haven't finished Herald. I'm like 25% into this book. So again, if it's a physical read, I go really, really slow. But I am having a good time, and it's involving angels and battling angels of all things. So it is really intriguing. Then I'm also a part of Cassidy and Cover with Cassidy's Patreon group and their Wyvern read along that they had once upon a time, but then some people DNF'd the series and went on to a different series. I stayed with the original one because I liked it. So now I get to move on to Age of Death by Michael J. Sullivan. I am really excited to continue because, like I said, I've loved this series and I still post my thoughts in Discord on it. And I get a couple people who hop on who are doing the same and are just continuing with me. And a couple times Cassidy and others like Jonathan will pop in and will say their little comments too, and that they love seeing that the series is still being read. So feel free to join that if you join her Patreon. Then Backlist Book Club with Cassie's channel is no more, sadly, but I am borrowing the idea of this and I'm doing my own backlist with my own backlist wheel. I spun that wheel and I actually got R.F. Kuang, which I am excited about because I've loved her standalones and I've loved ones like Babel and Yellowface, and now I get to enjoy continuing this beloved series. I enjoyed Poppy War. Now I get to do The Dragon Republic, which is the sequel to the Poppy War. So hooray for that. So then we move on into NetGalley. I actually was offered this NetGalley one. I didn't go searching for it, which was such a huge compliment. So thank you to the publisher for reaching out to me. This is the first time that has ever happened. So I am so stoked. It is The Road of Bones by Demi Winters. This one is supposed to follow, I think, a witch coven. And I think it's supposed to follow a father taking care of a daughter, and there's like a mystery behind it and stuff. I don't know. I'm very confused. I've heard mixed things from others who've read it. I want to be kind of spoiler free, but I do know in everybody's review, they've talked about the vampire deer. The vampire deer. So I'm intrigued. You've got me right there. We'll see how far off I was in my synopsis when I actually start reading this one. And then the GoodReads win, which thank you, GoodReads. I'm very flattered and excited to get this and to read it, is Nightfall in the Forest of Betrayal by Lauren Tuxford. I know nothing about this other than it's fantasy, which of course I love fantasy. So I'm excited to start a new series, to try a new author. And I, again, am very, very, very humbled that I got chosen to win this ebook edition. So thank you for that. I think that's it for this section. And I'm continuing that Reddit fantasy bingo board. And for this one, I asked for so many suggestions from Sunday Sprints with Kim's Patreon group. I love that group so much. And basically, Rope gave a suggestion of One Piece. And you know, I've heard about this manga and cartoon series for so long now. Everybody swears by it. It's very piratey, and not enough books on here were about pirates. Darn it. So I am actually going to pick up for the Square published in the 90s, One Piece Volume 1. I am so excited to get into this. I wonder if it's going to become an obsession like it has for everybody else. We will see. And I will let you know what I think at the end of the month. I want to continue reading Apolycon authors, like I said in my wrap-up yesterday, because I really want to know, do I want gorgeous editions signed while I'm there and these authors are there? So I only have until April. I need to get on this. The next author I want to pick up that goes also in the piratey theme is going to be L.J. Andrews' book, The Ever King. I don't know a lot about this, just that it's fantasy and it's got pirates in it. So yarrrr! I'm again trying to get in some pirate love, and I am excited to see if this is just the series and hope and dream that I hope it is, so that I can pick up a beautiful edition and show it off in April. And like all of you, I have way too many series that I really need to wrap up, as I'm always seeming to start new ones. And so I want to go ahead and pick up, since I'm already going to be reading book 2 of the Poppy War trilogy, I'm going to pick up The Burning God by R.F. Kuang, book 3, and the final book in the Poppy War trilogy. And that way I can complete that series. And of course, I'm not going to be able to read this one until I read the other one first. But that way I just have everything fresh in my mind, and I think I'll really enjoy that a whole lot more. So for my read or unhaul, I'm actually going to choose a book that hasn't been on my shelf that long, but it fits perfect with the whole idea of water this month, so I'm grabbing it. And that's The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. I'm excited. It sounds like 2 centuries ago, these 3 sisters were actually drowned in the waters of this island because they were witches. So every year they come back and they steal the bodies of girls, and then they drown boys out in that same ocean for revenge. And so some teens in this town are gonna have to band together to try to stop this horrible curse that keeps happening. So I'm excited. It just sounds like it's gonna be fun, doesn't it? And now, of course, I'm gonna give you my top 3 because I want to make sure you're in the know, not because I secretly want to put the titles in the advent jar to draw later. But they are the top 3 that are coming out in September that I am the most excited about, and I hope you are excited about as well. The first one comes out on September 10th, and that is Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune. This is the much anticipated sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea. I'm excited to see the same cast of characters. I fell in love with Lucy. Am I alone in that? Come on, tell me, am I alone? So I can't wait to pick this up and to see what's happening with our beloved folks there on the sea. I really can't. And hey, it also kind of fits that theme, doesn't it? Also coming out in September on the 12th is Vilest Things by Chloe Gong. This is the sequel to Immortal Longings. Remember, I was very disappointed in the ending of Immortal Longings, but up until that ending, it was actually pretty decent. So I am excited to see this one coming out. I've been hearing some great things from people who've had advanced copies on it, so I may or may not try it. If I draw it, obviously I'm going to read it, but I am hesitant. I am hesitantly hopeful, I guess is the word I'm looking for, because I've heard such great things from this review. So we'll see. Then coming out on September the 17th, The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. Oh, am I the only one out there that loves the Gilmore Girls? I am like obsessed with these. I own the whole series. I watch the episodes anytime I don't feel good. I love Lorelai. I love Rory. I love them all. And this is written by Lorelai's mother, Rory's grandmother, and I am so excited for that. I wasn't as crazy, to be honest. I know this may not be a popular opinion. I wasn't as crazy about the new one they put out that has like the different seasons and has all the same cast of characters coming back and they're older and stuff. To me, Rory didn't feel like Rory. She made some very suspicious choices that just didn't feel like Rory would actually do, in my opinion. But outside of that, it was great getting to see everybody again. That I do not own because I wasn't as crazy about it, but I watched it on Netflix. So feel free to check it out yourself and see if it's up your alley. Other than that, I'm also going to keep walking, trying to get to Oregon. One of these days, everybody, I will get there one of these days. But I hope you all have a fabulous September. Let me know what you're most excited to pick up and read down below. Any recommendations you have, because remember, I need to fill that subscription pick out. And thank you to all who did give me, recommendations up until now to try to help pad my TBR with ocean and blue and pirate as much as possible. I need more pirate in my life. If you also have any booktubers that review pirate books that you would recommend, please tell me that below as well. And again, any suggestions to make my game and this video even more enjoyable for you, happy to know. Let me know below. Take care. Please like, subscribe, and send your friends, and I'll see you all next time.